Let me take you on a journey because it's been an interesting ride. 23 years ago, this dream started. And about 11, 12 years ago, the technology started. So it was back in 2001 that we started building the technology for SendOutCards. And it was built on an older platform. I mean, it was 1998 style platform, because keep in mind, we were building and writing code in 2001. So if you look on the screen, you'll notice brick phones. So it's kind of like brick phone, flip phone style technology, right? Guess what the first thing we built was? Here, I just told you. Go ahead, say it. That was the very first thing we ever built, was a contact manager in 2001. And what's interesting is the contact manager that we built back then is the same one we have today, at least that we had today. Okay? Just relax, it's all good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you on this evolutionary ride at how we built the technology in the order that it was built in. This is a really important discussion to have so that you can understand everything we've been through. It takes an evolution to create a revolution. And so it started with the contact manager, and this is the foundation of our website, okay? All of these functionalities are the foundation of our website. It started with a contact manager. The second thing that we established were campaigns. Does that surprise some of you? Campaigns was the second thing that we developed. The third thing that we developed was the ability to do print on demand. Now, back in 2001, there wasn't a whole lot of ability to do that. So we were one of the first companies that established a way for variable data to go from the internet, from your website, the internet, across over to a printer here in Salt Lake City. One of the first companies ever with variable print. And that happened, like I said, back in 2001. Now, what we did back then is we didn't have a card editor. We didn't have a card catalog. There was no way for you to go choose a card and type a message and push a send button. The only thing we had was a contact manager and the ability to create campaigns for companies. So that's how we started. And then once we got the print on demand up and going, we went out and we started selling to businesses. And we would take them, all we had, a contact manager. We got this awesome contact manager. You can put your contacts in it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come into your company and we're going to build a campaign for you. So as an example, we'd go to a motorsport. Can you tell that I like motorsports? Anything with a motor in it, I'm in. Just so you know, Ben Beeler, anything with a motor in it, brother, I'm in. Okay? That's right. That's right. So we'd go out to these businesses, and we went to motorsport dealerships, car dealerships, all these different places. And we'd set up a campaign. And typically they were like a 5-touch campaign. Thank you card, birthday card, holiday card, 2 promotional postcards, touch their customers 5 times within a year. And we would custom build those campaigns, set it up for those companies, and then what they would do is they would go into their contact manager. When somebody bought a new car or a new motorcycle, they would go in and type in the name, the address of the person, and they would click which campaign they wanted to send, click, it'd send it over to our system. And to this day, we are still sending out campaigns for some of those original companies. So that's part of the evolution, yeah, of this thing. Kind of cool. The goal all along was to become a network marketing company. The goal all along was to help millions of people send out some cards every day, acting on their promptings every day. That was always the goal, but we had to build it in steps. So the next thing that came along was a company called Treat 'em Right Solutions. Treat 'em Right Solutions is the company that we set up to go out to these businesses and to sell these campaigns and those different things. We finally came to this thing called the send button. We put on a bunch of users with that old system, and then came the card editor catalog, and the send button, okay? So that was the evolutionary process. Contact manager first, then we went to campaigns, then we had the ability to do print on demand, then we added the card editor and the catalog, and then we added the send button. When we added the send button, we became this company called SendOutCards. You ever heard of us? Kind of cool, huh? Now you'll notice that this little thing's building up. Everything that's in gray is the foundation of our technology. All of those elements and pieces. Everything in the orange are the users and the data that's being put on that foundation. So you notice that user and data is building up as the foundation is being built. Does that make sense? Once that send button came, wow, users came on fast. We rolled out in 2003 in a test mode as SendOutCards, and what used to be putting on hundreds of customers in a year, we're now putting on thousands of customers in a year. So the data was starting to grow. Now notice the data's getting pretty big already for the foundation. Keep in mind, the foundation was built on flip phone, brick phone technology, 1998 style stuff. But we kept wanting more, right? It wasn't enough to just have a send button, right? So we decided to add a few more things. We put in handwriting fonts and signatures. And remember Picture Plus, when Picture Plus came out? Okay. So do you think that adding handwriting fonts and pictures, do you think that might be adding to the data? Imagine we didn't store pictures before Picture Plus. Now all of a sudden we're storing pictures while we're adding accounts and adding contacts to those accounts. So it kept on growing. You wanted the gifts. You wanted elements. So we added gifts and elements. All of this was functionality of the website built on an old style technology. That was the foundation that we had. And with all of these cool things, what kept growing? More and more users, more and more data being built up on top of that foundation. So you notice that there's kind of a situation here because we still want more stuff, right? Like smartphones, new websites, a way to share stuff on social media, all this cool stuff, right? That's what we want, but you see, there's becoming kind of an issue here. So there came a point where we had to make some transition. But before I tell you about the transition, I want to tell you what you have done. This is what we together as a team has done on this foundation. 1998 style brick phone foundational technology. This is what we have built, and we should be proud of it. We have 624,000 active accounts on SendOutCards. By the way, that does not include gift account walkthroughs. Those are actual customer or distributor accounts, 624,000. We have 128,591,000 contacts in our contact manager. Now, could we just get every single one of those contacts to send just one card? That's 128 million cards in one day. And you know what? We would get them out. We'd figure it out. We'd get them out. But it shows you the potential that we have. We put on 6,200,000 of your pictures. Now that's a whole lot of pixels, a whole bunch of memory that's all stored on that old foundational technology, right? We put on 111,400 personal handwriting fonts. You guys have any idea how big that is? I mean, the handwriting fonts, you guys have written out the form, right? Every single letter, all your signatures. By the way, 472,000 signatures. Every single one of those letters. So that's 111,000 fonts. How many letters is in the dictionary? No, how many letters is in the, what do you call it? Hey, I hire smart people, okay? Letters. How many letters are there? 26 times 111,000. Somebody figured that out. There's a whole bunch. That is all variable data. Millions and millions of little pieces of variable data that goes into our system that magically goes to the right place at the right time when you go and push that send button. This is highly sophisticated technology, and nobody else has it. Nobody else has this stuff. And we build it on that old style stuff. Xerox to this day is doing case studies on SendOutCards. We are the feature company for Xerox all over the world. They're all in awe at what we're capable of doing. Everybody's trying to figure out in the world how to sell variable print on demand. And they go, look at this SendOutCards company. They have the most sophisticated variable print on demand system, bar none, in the world. And by the way, that provides huge opportunity for you and me. I'm going to share that with you here in a second. So y'all excited yet? Does this help you gain a little bit of perspective as to what we're dealing with here? That's massive stuff. Let me share with you some cool numbers. We have sent on this system 107,893,000 greeting cards. No, we've sent out 107 million greeting cards. 3,280,000 gifts. And the one that you'll really like, $104,650,000 in commissions have been paid out so far in SendOutCards, and we are just getting started. Some of those naysayers say you can't make any money and send out cards. Pfft, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Okay. So you got all this stuff going on. Then comes the conversion. Y'all remember the conversion? Conversion, migration, kind of started about 30, 45 days ago. April 22nd when we pushed the button to do this thing called a conversion. Was there a little bit of pain in that? Somebody said no, thank you so much. Appreciate that. I want to walk you through the process of what that was and why it was necessary, and now what we're capable of doing. This is going to rock your world. Watch this. Okay. So here's what we needed to do. Obviously, notice so cleverly over on the right of the screen, we have smartphone technology now, right? Brick phone on the left, smartphone on the right. We had to take 2014 style technology to write code in. So what we did is we created that. Now, we also needed a dream team of programmers that we went out and recruited from around the world to come move to Salt Lake City to build this new infrastructure. It started with the foundation. So we spent the last 9 months building a foundation that we could move your data to. So we built the foundation, and then we built the structure upon which your data is going to be stored in. It's all brand new from the ground up. They spent 9 months putting that together. But that wasn't even the biggest piece, okay? The second to biggest piece was this. They had to take all of those things, all of the functionality of the website, and move it over onto the new technology. That's what they were spending the time between October and April doing, is getting all those pieces in place to get ready for the migration. All of this stuff took time. It took lots of time. Best of the best programmers on the planet are in the house at SendOutCards. They're in the house to stay, and they're building this for us. I can't say enough about that team. They're unbelievable. Absolutely amazing team of people. Okay, so once they do this, now, you see over there where that big orange thing is? What is that orange thing? That's all of you. That's 624,000 accounts, 111,000 handwriting fonts, 6 million pictures, 118 million contacts. That's a lot of stuff. They had to literally pick that up and move it over onto the new technology. That's what happened on April 22nd. Now do you understand why some things worked and some things didn't work? Guys, this is different than a product rollout. What you experienced on April 22nd is way different than a product rollout. This is a massive undertaking, next to impossible task that was beautifully, beautifully done. And I know it took 30, 40 days to get all the quirkiness out, but that thing is set. Your data is now on there. It's ready to go. Solid as can be. 2014 style technology. You may be wondering, do other technology companies have to go through this? Yes. Yes, they do. Okay, so that's what we did. Now, this is what it enables us to do. In the last 10 years, as we mentioned, you put on 624,000 users. We have the new technology in place, the new foundation in place. We're going to introduce some things to you today that will enable us to put on 1 million users in the next 12 months. Do you believe it? Is it possible? Is it possible? 1 million users in the next 12 months. Now, that is not just a dream. It is not just an I am statement. There is an intense strategic plan to make that become real. And we're going to show you what that is right now. Are you ready? Okay, the first thing that we want to do is build a version of SendOutCards that we're calling SendOutCards 2.0. Brand new website, brand new contact manager functionality, all kinds of fancy new stuff in the new SOC 2.0. And everything that we build from here on out will be built out of the SOC 2.0 version. Does that make sense? Now the teaser up here, the very first thing you saw on the screen when those cool dancers came out, was that awesome or what? In the rehearsals, I came out and I was dancing with them, and they wouldn't let me dance with them. So we had to change the script up a little bit. But it was fun trying. So anyway, SOC 2.0, everything will be built out of SOC 2.0. Okay, so the other thing that you saw up on there, that screen, was this thing called a smartphone. Did y'all get excited when the smartphone deal came up? And the other thing that came up on the screen was this thing called Sincere. Does anybody know what Sincere really is? Sincere is going to be our own Pinterest within SendOutCards. Sincere will give you the ability that when you go to send a card, there will be a button that says share your card on Sincere. When you share it on Sincere, just like you do on Pinterest, you will have thousands and thousands of card sending ideas. You'll be able to immediately click a button off of Sincere and move it to your Facebook and to Twitter and to Instagram and to all the different places with a click of a button. You'll be able to have somebody see that and be able to click a button back through and send a card on your account or their brand new account Those are all things you'll be able to do. All because we have built this new technology and you have gone through that conversion piece. Okay? Can I get the screen back, please? I know I'm really pretty, but I need this up there. Yeah, awesome. I cracked myself up. It's not just that. You'll notice there are some arrows that's going on. I mean, think about it. We have the ability to use our smartphones, send a card at will, campaigns, all that kind of stuff, and the ability to share it on Sincere, and then be able to go through all your social media and get that messaging out there through social media, leveraging social media to the max. Do you think the combination of those things on this new 2.0 technology will enable us to bring on 1 million users in 12 months? In fact, don't you think the numbers might be even a little conservative? Seriously, I want you to think about the possibilities of this. Story in your mind becomes the story of your life, and you want to make sure that we get ourselves properly positioned for this. But we're not stopping here. We're not stopping with the stuff that you're going to see today and be introduced to today. You're going to see some amazing technologies coming out of this SOC 2.0. There's a whole bunch of future things that we already have in the works. Imagine a global API. A global API that has the ability, you know what, does anybody know what API stands for? Application Programming Interface. Application Programming Interface. Now that all seems like a piece of cake, but to have a proper global API, you need to be developed on newer technology. We now have that. The guys are already working on APIs that are going to give us the capability to do massive, massive things. I told you in the Treat 'em Right seminar yesterday, I envision that day very, very soon when we will be able to tap in to any customer relationship management system in the world. You can go to Salesforce.com. I don't care what contact manager you have. We can click on there with an API, have a little button. They can use whatever contact manager they want, click a button, send a campaign, send a card, do everything else. Do you think that's going to put on more users? I do envision a contact manager on steroids. We'll call it our own CRM. But my goal is not to become the premier CRM in the world. My goal is to become the premier variable print-on-demand company in the world, and we are the company to do it because we have technology that nobody else has. We have capabilities that nobody else has. We have reputation that nobody else has. We have the ability to take this stuff to the world, folks. We are being talked about at every single print show that goes on throughout the world. We have some serious capabilities with this global API possibility. Our variable print on demand is absolutely amazing. So we will be known as the premier customer follow-up system in the world. We will be known as that. Why? Because this is what we're going to do. We're going to leverage what the marketplace wants from us. Remember yesterday? And we're going to inspire them on what they need from us. Leverage what the marketplace wants from us. The marketplace wants a way to follow up with their customers and clients. Is that a true statement? How many of you in this audience, raise your hands, initially got interested in SendOutCards as a way to follow up with your customers and clients? Raise your hand. Everybody look around that room. It's about 60% of this room. Ironically, about 60% of the greeting cards that go out every day are in campaigns in some kind of customer follow-up way. We need to do better at leveraging what the marketplace wants from us. The global API technology, the CRM systems that we're developing is going to allow us to do that. Leverage what the marketplace wants from us while we inspire them what they need from us, which is a way to act on their promptings and reach out in kindness. So that's what we're doing, my friends. Are y'all excited for this? Okay, got something I need to talk to y'all about. We have a plan. Are y'all ready for the plan? Are you sure? Okay, sing it to us. You really want me to do that? Okay, I'm going to share with you the plan. How's that sound? Before I do, though, I need to just seeing if you're still with me. I need to talk to you about something. This 2.0, SOC 2.0, the new foundation's built, all the elements are in place. 2.0 is built and in place. It's in testing. The plan was to debut a full-on beta test of the 2.0 version today. And I want you to know that I am deeply, deeply, deeply committed to doing this plan I'm about to show you the right way. I'm very, very committed to it. And I'm going to make sure that everything is 100% ready for us to go. I'm going to bar no expense. And I'm going to make sure that everything is ready to go. I made a decision on Monday not to open up the beta test of 2.0 because I want more time to test it. And I'm going to take more time to test it. We are going to take the time that we need to make sure that this thing is spot on ready to go, because this plan of ours is going to work. Now, I'm going to speak to you from the heart for a second. That was not an easy decision. Not just for me. It wasn't an easy decision for a lot of people. I've got a team of programmers that are the most unbelievable workers, visionaries, talented people that you would ever imagine. You have no idea how hard they worked to hit this. And they're ready. It's ready. They did it. They did all that thing I just told you. They did it. They got it done. They did it. They did the foundation. They got it done. They moved all the stuff over. They built the new infrastructure. They're testing things like crazy now. The migration, when it came over, it took a lot of extra time to get all of that meshing together. And that made it so that we had less time for testing for 2.0. But I'll tell you, when we made the decision on Monday, I was on the phone talking to the programmers, and tears were shed, not just mine, but theirs. These people are deeply committed to this. Our ITS team is deeply committed to what all of us are doing. I can't say enough about them, and it's not just ITS. We are a team at SendOutCards. We're a team. We have multiple departments. When the ITS team has challenges, customer support has challenges. Put your hands together for our customer support team. Are they the most incredible people in the world? It takes a team. It takes a team, and every single department. See, the customer support is the department that you know best because they're the ones that you call. But every single department in SendOutCards, starting with the ITS department, going to customer support, going to gifting, going to compliance, going to all of the different departments, accounting, going to marketing, going to field operations, all of these departments work together as a team, and they're the most incredible team on the planet. In fact, they are the best team, bar none, of any network marketing team there is anywhere. We are a stand on your feet and cheer each other on, people. Let's cheer for all of our staff who made this happen. Thank you. Take your seats. So I want you to see, look around the room. You are the Crusaders. You're the ones that are here. You are the ones that's really going to help us take this plan I'm about to show you out there. And I'm going to set this plan up right now. It's just like we're in a boardroom. We're at the office. We're in a boardroom. We're sitting at the meeting table, and every one of you are at the table. It's not just my executive team today. It's this team. This team. You are the ones that came to convention. A lot of you to a great expense. I mean, it's amazing what the sacrifices that are made for some of you to be here. Thomas Signorello sees that there's other people that need to get here, and they don't have a way to get here. And he's in Florida, and he says, and these people aren't even in his organization. And he says, well, I'll just drive, and I'll take you. Drives them all the way across the country. That's the kind of stuff that happens here. That's amazing. That's who SendOutCards is. Unbelievable. Okay, let's get on with this. So here's what we're going to do. Okay, we're in the board meeting. We're all here together, and we're going to walk out of our plan. Do I have 110% commitment from every single person in this room? Okay, I don't want any naysayers. Are there any naysayers in here? Okay, we're all on one team, one dream. We're going to do this plan, right? Here's what we're going to do. You give us a little bit of time to further test this thing. You'll give us that, right? Okay, we're going to do our part. We're going to make sure that that happens, and we're going to make sure this thing just sings when it goes out. Got it? All right, so here's what I want you to do. We want you to go out and build our Sincere page. If you are in this room, the only people that will have this button are sitting in this room right now. Don't worry. We know who you are. We got your ID numbers. They're already queuing it up. Later on out of the expo, you're going to find out all the details of how this works. But here's what we want you to do. Right now, our Sincere, keep in mind, Sincere is our own style of Pinterest. It's called Sincere. Sincere is a massive game changer, my friends. Massive, massive game changer. And we're going to do it right. See, in every challenge, there's an opportunity. The challenge is that we want more time to test 2.0. But in that challenge, and I've said it all along, in every challenge in life, there's always an opportunity. And the opportunity in this is that we are putting together a strategic plan that's really going to help this Sincere product and your accounts to go viral. 1 million users in 12 months. So we got this plan. So here's how it works. Right now, we got about 400 designs, greeting cards in Sincere. We've been in building it, 400 to 500 designs. We've taken some of yours with your permission, and we've put them in there. We've got all kinds of categories, but we don't know if the categories are 100% right. Guess who's going to help us get our categories 100% right? You're going to do that. The other thing you're going to do is we're going to turn 400 card designs into 40,000 designs in the next 30 days. Because every time you go to send a card, only you in the next 30 or so days, you have an extra button. So not only do you have a send button over here, but you got a button over here, share my card to Sincere. So you'll be able to click a button and share it onto the Sincere page. Now that's as far as we want you to go. The capabilities of Sincere when we roll out the beta of Sincere will be that you can share it through all social media and do all that fancy stuff. But we need to build up the page first. See, had we have gone out with a beta today, it might have been a little premature. We now have time to build up this page. Let's turn 400 designs into 40,000 designs, get our category right, so the day that we do beta test this, it's gonna go viral because we will look just like Pinterest. Sincere will. Are you all in still so far? You're still all in? So that's what we want you to do. We're going to further test 2.0. You're going to share your cards on Sincere. You're going to find out details. Here's the second thing we need you to do. We want you to focus on the June summer sizzle. Yeah, what did you woo for? You don't even know what it is. Now that's enthusiasm. Right? The June summer sizzle. I'm not going to tell you what it is. No, I'm serious. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Story in your mind becomes the story of. All I need you to think about right now is, okay, my part is, in the next 30 or 40 days, my part is to share my cards on Sincere and take advantage of the June summer sizzle. Sincere, sizzle. Sincere, sizzle. Okay, so yesterday, Jimmy Dick gets up at the Treat 'em Right, and he talks about this faucet. And the faucet is dripping, and it's going. Remember that? And what did he say? He said, if that thing drips long enough, it will burn right through a what? Right through granite. It's just simple consistency every single day. And remember, we said yesterday, you want to get really good at the consistency of SendOutCards. Splash packs, are they cool? Well, let me give you a hint. The June summer sizzle is going to put your splash packs on steroids. It really is. I'm serious. It's cool. So what you want to do is you want to get used to this idea that once a day, you will place a splash pack with somebody. Once a day. Can everybody do that? No, what I mean is, can everybody go? Okay, so I'm going to say once a day, and you're going to go. Here we go. Once a day, 30 days, once a day, 30 days. Got it? That's what the June summer sizzle is. Now, there's more details, and they'll get you excited when you see them. It will put more money in your pocket. Okay, I think I've teased that long enough. Sometime today, you'll probably hear the details of the June summer sizzle. So your job is, we're going to focus on the testing and get it complete. You're going to focus on sharing your cards as Sincere, building up that page, and the June. Awesome. So we got the plan, right? The third thing that you'll see happen is the SendOutCards will finalize the testing of 2.0. We will begin full beta testing in the month of July. I know, but you're saying, July what? In the month of July. Technically, we're ready right now. It could be July 1st. It could be July 5th. Maybe July 4th. Might be July 10th. But it's going to be the day in July that we are dang good and ready to push that button to beta. That's when the day is going to be. Okay? And then we will finish out with a complete product debut of this we do not anticipate the beta testing to be a very long period of time. It's going to go quick. Remember, the clock is ticking. We got 12 months to put on those 1 million users. We're going to make sure that happens.